In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to evaluate a QuickBooks Online cleanup for bookkeepers and accountants. When you first open a client's QuickBooks Online file, your main goal is to understand how accurate and reliable their books are before you start making big changes. We'll walk through a clear process that helps you quickly spot problem areas and estimate how much work a full cleanup will take. Start with the core of any bookkeeping file, the transactions and the accounts. Begin by reviewing recent transactions, focusing on anything that looks incomplete or messy. Pay special attention to uncategorized expenses or income, undeposited funds, and unapplied payments, because these often hide bigger issues. In QuickBooks Online Accountant, use the Transaction Review tab to get a quick, high-level view of what needs attention. As you scan, look for missing transactions, duplicates, and categories that don't make sense for the client's business. The point here is not to fix everything yet, but to understand the scope of the cleanup. Next, move into reconciling accounts. Reconcile all bank and credit card accounts against the client's statements. You want every statement ending balance to match what you see in QuickBooks. If they don't, note where and when things start to differ. Look out for missing transactions, unauthorized charges, or errors like reversed amounts. This step is crucial because if the bank and card accounts aren't right, every report that depends on them will be off. If your client tracks inventory, take a moment to verify that as well. Review the item list to make sure products and services are set up correctly and grouped logically. Run a no-item type report and confirm that it's at 0, meaning all relevant sales and purchases are tied to proper items. Inaccurate inventory can distort both the balance sheet and profit and loss, so you want to know early if that's part of your cleanup. Once you've evaluated transactions and accounts, shift to the bigger picture, financial reports and compliance. Generate standard reports like the balance sheet and profit and loss from the Final Review tab. Scan for unusual balances, negative numbers where you wouldn't expect them, or large other or miscellaneous accounts. These are clues that something hasn't been categorized correctly. To deepen your evaluation, compare the QuickBooks balance sheet to the client's most recent tax return, especially the section that mirrors the balance sheet. Look for differences in opening balances, loans, equity, and key asset accounts. Discrepancies here can indicate prior year issues that need to be understood before you proceed. Also, take a moment to confirm basic tax compliance. Review payroll records and tax-related transactions to ensure they appear consistent with current laws and filing practices in your region. You're not doing a full audit, but you do want to flag anything that looks clearly out of line so you can discuss it with the client. After you've gone through transactions, reconciliations, and reports, it's time to think about how you'll wrap up and document the cleanup. Use the Wrap-Up tab to prepare a set of final reports that clearly show the file's condition after your work and customize report templates you might want to use again for this client or others. When the period is ready, close the books so that past data stays protected from accidental changes. Finally, document every major correction and adjustment you make. Keep notes on why changes were needed, which accounts were affected, and how you resolved specific issues like old unapplied payments or incorrect starting balances. This record will save you time in future periods, support conversations with your client or their tax professional, and help maintain a clear, accurate history of the file. By following this process, you'll have a structured way to evaluate any QuickBooks Online cleanup job, understand the true scope of work, and deliver accurate, reliable books for your clients.